is the grounding of a foot uncompromising. It is not the forging of the line. It is not the opening of eyes. It's not the waking. It's the rising. It's not the shade. We should be past that. It's the light, and it's the obstacle that casts it. It's the heat that drives the light. It's the fire it ignites. It's not the waking. It's the rising. It's not the song. It's the singing. It's the heaven of a human spirit bringing. It's the bringing of the line. It's the bearing of the rhyme. It's not the waking. It's the rising. It's not the wall, but what's behind it. Oh, the fear of fellow man, its mere assignment, and everything that we're denied by keeping the divide. It's not the waking, it's the rising. And I can cry power. Power has been cried by those stronger than me, straight into the face that tells you to rattle your chains if you love being free. Nina cried power, Billy cried power, Mavis cried power, Curtis cried power, Lennon, James Brown, Beebe, Joni cried power, Seeger, Marvin, Patty cried power, Billy, Dylan, Woody, power, Nina cried power, and I could cry power. It's not the waking. It's the rising. It's not the song, it's the singing.
In 1869, Estonians started a song festival tradition called Laulupidu, where choirs from around the country come together every year to sing for several days. Nearly 30,000 people sing on stage at the same time. And over 100,000 people come every year to listen. That's over 10% of their population. Now, this continued even in times of war, even the big ones. During World War II, Estonia was occupied or ruled by the Nazis and then by the Soviets. Maybe you've heard of the USSR. Those of us who are older have, younger folks have heard of it. You might have heard people talk about the Soviet Union or the Soviets. And this Soviet Union was a group of 15 countries that were taken over by Russia to form what they thought of as a communist utopia. Countries didn't go willingly, and those who spoke out against the Soviet Union were often banished to work camps or killed. Everyone had to speak in support of the Soviet Union. There was no free speech. And one of the things about the Soviets, in order to have control, is they wanted everyone to be Russian. And so all of the music was Russian, the official language was Russian, the food was Russian, school was all about Russia, and even new citizens were from Russia. Pretty much anything that was Estonian was removed and replaced with Russian things. I mean, that would be like if everything suddenly was in Greek here, right? Our food was Greek, our music was Greek, our new neighbors were Greek. We only learned Greek history in school. We spoke and wrote only in Greek. I mean, that would feel weird, right? You might even begin to think, well, maybe I am Greek. This is what it was like. I mean, everything, even the music in Estonia was Russian. So when it came to Laulupidu, the song festival, all of the songs had to be in Russian and in support of the Soviet Union. Something we call propaganda. And despite having people making sure everything was about Russia, in 1947 they let in a composition called Luisama Aminuar, or Land of My Fathers, Land That I Love. Now this was something special because the song composed by Gustav Enesats used a famous Estonian poem by Lydia Koidula. songs that glorified Marx, Lenin, and Stalin, Estonians all sang "Lui sama minu arm" in their native tongue, with a common and unexpressed knowledge that it expressed hope for a free Estonia. And while the song was then forbidden for several years, it started slipping in again. And on the 100th anniversary of the festival in 1969, everyone started singing it loudly, the choirs, the audience. The Soviets ordered a military band to play and drown out the singers. But 100 instruments is no match for over 100,000 singers. The song was sung repeatedly throughout the festival in the face of the authorities. There was nothing the Soviets could do but invite the composer on stage to conduct the choir for yet another encore and pretend they intended to allow us all along. Lui sama minu arm was never forbidden again. It gave people hope. They weren't sure they could be free from the Soviets, but maybe life would be a little bit better if they could remember who they were, Estonian, not Russian. In the early 1980s, when the Soviet Union was showing signs of crumbling, the Soviet leader, Mikhail Gorbachev, put some laws in place that allowed for a bit of freedom, especially a bit of freedom of speech. But you know what happens when you give people freedom of speech? They use it, that's right. Soon people were speaking out and more people realized they could be free. They remembered that they were Estonian first. They kept singing Lui sama and other songs like Estonian I am and Estonian I will be, and there were pop songs and tons of songs back in the Estonian language. They kept singing and they kept talking. When Soviet troops threatened violence, which they did a lot, Estonians would gather en masse to face the soldiers, and they would sing, and the soldiers would turn away and blood would not be shed. In 1988, activist and artist Heinz Valk noticed this and coined the term singing revolution. He wrote, "We started a revolution with a smile and a song." And while it was hard, and there were deaths and violence, and the story is really too long and too complex to tell here, eventually the Estonians were successful. And Estonia was the first of those 15 countries to declare their independence from the Soviet Union. Singing their songs was the fuel for change. This was their power. This was something they shared from heart to heart, from family to family, from community to community. They had their freedom because of their singing, a nonviolent way to assert who they were and claim their identity, their moral values, their inherent worth, and their dignity. And Lui sama is now one of their favorite national songs. It matters how you are and what you do. Our universalism teaches us that hell is on earth and that we are here to love the hell out of this world. And how we do that is by how we love, how we act, and how we live. So we're going to sing another song. I don't know why I came up. It felt right. We're going to sing a song called "Let the Life I Lead" by Sullivan and Iona Pugh, the Consolers. This was taught to me by musician Matt Meyer. And it starts with a clap, which I'll then reinforce with a drum. slow it down just a hair. There we go. Let the light I lead speak for me. Let the life I lead speak for me. When I'm lying in my grave and there's nothing more to say, let the life I lead speak for me. Let the life I lead speak for me. Let the life I lead speak for me. When I'm lying in my grave and there's nothing more to say, let the life I lead speak for me. Let the work I do speak for me. Let the work I do speak for me. When I'm lying in my grave and there's nothing more to say, let the work I do speak for me. Add harmony together. Let the love I share speak for me. Let the love I share speak for me. When I'm lying in my grave and there's nothing more to say, let the love I share speak for me. Let the life I lead speak for me. Let the life I lead speak for me. When I'm lying in my grave and there's nothing more to say, let the life I lead speak for me. All right. Let's leave that there. So another crucial part of our current theology is a sense of belonging. Not just who we are, but whose we are. Belonging is about you, and it's about me, so it's about us. Our long history of covenant tells us that we have a responsibility to and for one another. That's how we treat others, and how we see and understand others that helps us draw the circle wide. Inspired by the book of Ruth, Shoshana Jedwab has written this song. It affirms that we belong to each other. I'll sing the first section, you'll sing it back to me. I'll sing the second section, you'll sing it back to me, and we'll put it all together. Okay? First section. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Now sing. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. The second section goes like this. Your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. You're divine, my divine. Your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. You're divine, my divine. Here we go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. You're divine, my divine. You're divine, my divine. It's a beautiful song to sing when you're feeling like you need other people. And of course, we have a theology of call. Since the 1960s, when Martin Luther King Jr. preached his ministry of equality and civil rights, we have been talking about what it means to build the beloved community, working together to make sure everyone is treated equally with inherent worth and dignity. And as we sing in Jason Shelton's song in our hymnal, answering the call of love. In fact, our entire General Assembly in 2018 was named All Are Called. And as 20th century Unitarian theologian James Luther Adams says, we are all a part of the prophethood of all believers, meaning we are all called and we can all make a difference. And in this time of strife, when hope is hard to find, we must remember that we are called to resist hate, resist violence, resist compromising our own authority out of fear. We must remember our call to work for racial justice, to protect the environment, to care for others, to speak truth, to support women, to work for peace, to challenge income inequality, to include everyone, to nurture, to teach, to be present. And we can't hold it in, we can't hold it close to our chests. Our call demands to be spoken and shouted and sung aloud. This song is handed down from a friend to a friend to a friend to me. Its origins remain unknown, but it reminds us to let our light shine through. I'll teach it as we get into the groove. I invite you, if you want to come up to our table of percussion and join us over here and make some noise. Or you can just choose to clap or stomp, and then we'll close it out. So, Tracy and Kim will come down. And I'm going to start over here. And you folks are going to hold it down. Now this is a part you all should learn, because you're all eventually going to do it, just like you all did Home and Love eventually. It goes like this. Do what you do, what you do, what you do. Do what you do, what you do. Chop. It's really important to get the chop. Alright? Do what you do, what you do, what you do. Do what you do, what you do. Chop. Do what you do, what you do, what you do. Do what you do, what you do. Shout. Okay. Now, you folks are going to start in here. Hold it down while I teach the other parts, okay? Do what you do, what you do, what you do. Do what you do, what you do. Shout. Do what you do, what you do, what you do. Do what you do, what you do. Now, you folks are going to sing the main melody. And you can choose to sing the melody. Maybe a few of you will want to take the third harmony above. Okay, it goes like this. Do what you do, let your light shine through. Do what you do, what you do, what you do. Do what you do, let your light shine through. Do what you do, what you do. Do what you do, let your light shine through. That's the harmony of something. Do what you do. Keep it going. Let your light shine through. Do what you do. What you do. Light shine through. 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 Do. Everybody, rise and body your spirit. Let your light shine through. Light shine through. What you do. Sing together. When we sing, it changes us, and that helps us change the world. Our Unitarianism teaches us the revelation is not sealed, or to put more simply, there is always more to learn, to know, to do. We must sing our new songs and learn new songs so that we don't become stagnant. We must raise our voices with the authority of our faith, the authority of our call, the authority of our connections, the authority of our love. When we sing these songs of our faith, as it is now and as we want it to be, rather than how it was then, we create our own singing revolution. Estonians kept on moving forward, no matter how hard things got, fighting a revolution with a smile and a song. What keeps us moving forward? Now, your order of service says we're singing Life Calls Us On, which is a beautiful song. But it feels more important right now to rise up with this song by Pat Humphreys from the group Emma's Revolution, called Keep On Moving Forward. I'll always sing the first line, and you'll sing the rest, and of course, Tracy will help, and Kim and others to help us get going. So, gotta keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. We're gonna keep on singing loudly. Keep on singing loudly. Keep on singing loudly. Angelou, history, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, but if faced with courage, need not be lived again. Lift your eyes upon the day breaking for you. Give birth again to the dream. Go in love, go in joy, go in peace, go in song.